Okay, so the Anastasia movement is definitely the weirdest far-right movement you've never heard of. The Anastasians are a far-right back to the land movement in Russia and Eastern Germany who worship this fictional character named Anastasia. So who is Anastasia? Anastasia is the protagonist of Russian author Vladimir Megre's anti-Semitic novels, The Ringing Cedars of Russia, where she lives in the woods, she can teleport, she can talk to animals, and all the animals are sort of her slaves. I don't know, yeah, like the squirrels like feed her food and stuff. We might be asking, what's anti-Semitic about squirrels feeding a blonde girl in the woods food in a fantasy novel? Well, Anastasia's enemy in the novels is this demon named Crady, who devised this evil system to enslave the world's population that also simultaneously convinced them that they were still free. And that system is democracy. Also in the novels, the Jews were made by Crady as foot soldiers to put the rest of the human population into debt. At this point, I want to remind you that we're talking about, yes, a fantasy novel, but it is the sacred text for a social movement that's happening and growing in popularity right now. There are Anastasian festivals where people get together to talk about the Ringing Cedars novels, and in particular, how the novels can teach them how to get their family estates closer to in harmony with nature. Their sort of utopian goal, sort of like Anastasia in the novels, is to be able to grow everything that you need off of 1 hectare of land, so you don't have to be reliant on the Jews, on the tyranny of democracy, and on the modern industrial world at all. There's a huge overlap between the Anastasians and the Reich citizens movement, who don't believe that the country of Germany is a country at all, and who last year tried to stage a coup in Germany that led to the arrest of, I think, like 25 people. And if you think it's weird that there's a social movement guided by a fantasy novel as a sacred text, I just want to remind you that the Prime Minister of Italy right now treats The Lord of the Rings as a sacred text, and has been quoted talking about how it's actual literal history. In the comments, let me know if you've ever heard of the Anastasians, or if you're in the US, if you've heard of anything similar to this happening these days. There's a lot of weird stuff going on.